everyone. Today we are going to make a doodle cube, and this is a downloadable thing that you can print, and when it's done it looks like this one here that's assembled. Now I am just using markers, so I printed mine on copy paper, and what I need is markers, a pencil, and then I'll be using scissors and glue here in a little bit. So once you've got it printed and you're ready to get started, you're gonna doodle, and what that means is you're basically just gonna kind of create your own design. You don't want to put too much thought into it, just kind of using these little marks, these tick marks here along the edge. It's kind of helpful for creating your lines. So if I'm gonna start on this one, I might kind of go and then to the next one, and then maybe up here, and then maybe there, and then maybe across. So I'm just kind of bouncing around from one mark to the other. This is sort of that continual line that I'm creating, and it's gonna make a doodle that I'm gonna use to color. So once your line is complete, you probably will notice that most of your marks have been connected, but they don't all have to be. So I'm just kind of bouncing around still. Let's see if I can go back through here. So I'm not putting too much thought into this. I'm just kind of leading myself around. So I'm going to go back up through here. I think I'm going to kind of finish up over here, and then I'll be done. All right, so I'm going to stop there. Okay, so that's my doodle. Now, each of these spaces that my pencil has made is an opportunity for me to color. Now, there's a couple of different ways you can color. The first way is that you can just color the space in. So usually it helps to outline first and then just kind of fill the space in. And you can do that with as many spaces as you want with the same color. Okay. The other option is to go around the edges and trace, but then rather than coloring the space in, and you'll notice I'm following the pencil lines here. I'm not so much worried about the lines that were already on the paper. You could do things like stripes. Or you could do a space and you could do things like polka dots. And you could definitely do that with more than one color too. You could do dots and lots of colors in the same spot. You could do a two-color stripe. You can use the same colors many times as you want. Just notice I'm making the spaces from the pencil lines that I created. I'm not coming to here and then stopping on that edge of the square. I'm actually doing the whole space. So you can use as many colors as you like. In my example here, I think I used every color I had except for green. That's up to you, okay? So that's kind of that first part there, and then once you've got all of this designed, then you're ready to cut it out. So when you're cutting, I've already started mine here. When you're cutting, you want to cut along the edge, and then you want to make sure you hold on to these flaps here. These are going to be the part that get glued together to hold the cube together. You can kind of see underneath there. So you don't want to lose these spaces along the edge here. They're important. You want to cut out around them. Now when you're cutting, try your very best to stay on the line, because if you don't, it's going to be harder to put together. So take your time. Don't go fast. Go slow. Now these little spots here, you've got 4 of them. They're kind of hard to cut around. So when I do this, I actually cut straight across like that, and then I go down the other side, and then once that piece is out of the way, I'm actually going to go back and I am going to snip that little triangle piece out of there, and that way I'm not accidentally taking a piece of the cube out trying to go around that spot. Alright, so when it's cut out, it looks like this. Now you have some folding that you'll need to do because you have all the sides of the cube. So I usually start by folding in the 3 pieces at the top, and you can fold them right over top each other usually without too much of an issue. And then after I've got that part done, then I go and I fold this bottom piece and then this last one here. Make sure you crease the folds really well. So now I've got the sides of the cube. And then I have to go back and I have to fold these flaps in as well. Now once the flaps are folded in, I'm going to be ready to glue. I am going to use a glue bottle. I tried this with a glue stick and it wasn't my favorite. The glue stick just doesn't hold it together well. If you use the drippy glue, I think it works a little bit better. Another option, if you need to, would be tape. Tape would certainly work. It's going to show on the outside unless you want to put it underneath the edge here, and you could definitely do that. But glue was my favorite, so I'm going to stick with glue for mine. All right, so then I like to do the side that has the 3 on it first and kind of get that started. So I'm going to put glue on these edges here first. And like I said, I'm going to use the drippy glue because the glue stick just didn't hold it together very well for me. So I'm going to put a little just kind of bead of drippy glue there. And then I'm going to put that underneath, and I kind of want to wiggle it around a little till it locks into place. Now that'll get kind of hard to do on some of the later pieces, but for the beginning it's a little bit easier. All right, so I'm going to leave, I think, this top piece open so I can put glue across the tops of all of these later. So I'm going to go to this other side here and add some drippy glue. And then kind of wiggle those pieces until they start to stick together a little bit better. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this other side here. So I'm put a little drippy glue there, put it underneath. Well, I can still get my hand in there, kind of wiggle it together. The last part that I glue on is a little bit tougher to do because I can't keep my hand inside when I'm doing that. So I'm just going to have to try my best. I'm gonna make sure these other sides are stuck. So it kind of looks like a box that you would open and close with a lid right now. So now I've got these last 3 pieces here, and this is the part that's hardest to hold on. So after I get these glued up, I am probably going to do my best to kind of wiggle it from on top, and hopefully it sticks, and then I might go back and just kind of set that part down on the bottom so that it has a chance to kind of stay stuck. So that's how you form the cube. So when you're done, you have a really neat paper doodle cube. And you can make as many of these as you want. All right, I hope you have fun.